know if we are live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. So I just want to make sure, T, just let me know if we're good on all those avenues. If we are good on all those avenues, let me know. All right. Okay, I think you're short. Let me see what this is. Oh, okay. Cool. I think I can the chats now. Hey guys, over on TikTok. All right, so I want you to go ahead and share this live. We're going to get started. So go ahead and share this live. Tonight we have a very interesting topic. We are going to be talking about planning campaigns. If you are joining me here for the very first time on any of these platforms, my name is Shanika Burchell Kerr. I am the CEO of Monlatic LLC, where we provide global access to digital success. And what that means, guys, is that we help entrepreneurs in the Caribbean to tap into the digital space by working on their business to make money with drop shipping, digital products, affiliate marketing, and social media marketing as well. So with that said, tonight we are going to be diving into 4 mistakes that you must avoid. 4 mistakes you must avoid when planning a rich campaign, okay? And we're going to get right into it. But before we do so, if you're here and you're in our program, go call everybody that's in the community and tell them we are live. Okay, let them know in the community we're live. They need to jump on. They need to come with their notebooks. They need to take notes. All right, and make sure you have your notebook. What's up, Millionaire Mindset Coach, Lashana? All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about the 4 mistakes. 4 mistakes. There are many that I've observed over the years and have come to learn based on myself running campaigns, those that have been successful and some that have failed. And so I want to share with you guys 4 mistakes that you must avoid when you are planning your campaigns, okay? Now, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, what the heck is a campaign? Like, what is that? A campaign? Because most of us just have started our business. We probably just go into, just doing activities in our business. However, a campaign, in my definition, just to summarize it, it really is a set of activities that you put together to achieve a specific goal with a deadline, right? It's a set of activities that you would have put together, or a set of strategies that you put together to achieve a specific goal in your business. And by doing that, by making everything intentional, strategic, specific, guess what? You now can plan campaign to achieve a desired goal. Am I saying that you'll always achieve that goal? Maybe not, right? But that's the reason why you plan the campaign, and you also have to understand how campaigns work and understand some of the things that you also need to and must factor into your campaigns when you are planning campaigns, okay? And so with that said, we are going to be talking about 4 mistakes that you should avoid when you're planning your campaigns. And we're also going to be talking about 5 things that would give you about 5 things you must factor into your campaign. Now, I want you to go ahead and comment the word lock in if you are ready to lock in. Okay, comment the word lock in. Also, when you comment the word lock in, you'll also get a message that is going to give you a link inviting you to our upcoming Lock In and Plan Your Rich Year workshop. It is completely free for you to join this workshop, where we're going to help you to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, threats in your business. On day 1, we're going to have a special guest come in and talk to you about how your purpose aligns with planning a rich campaign. We're really going to help you identify from different business models. So of course, yes, if you're brand new and you're not sure about what to do, where to start, and you're just starting out, this is also for you. We're going to help you with so many different things on day one, which is completely free. But day two is going to be where the magic happens. We're going to go in on day two, and we're going to be planning campaigns with you, whether you are doing digital business or you are in the drop shipping business, you're selling your own physical products. That is what day two is going to be about. All right, so without further ado, comment, lock in, and you're going to get the link. Now, with that said, let's get into these mistakes, okay? Let's get into the 4 mistakes. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hey, Epic Apex, thank you for joining. Hi, Franny. Hey, Daily, welcome, welcome. Hey, T, hey, Rodriguez. Welcome to the live, Jean. Welcome, welcome. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, let me know in the chat. Let me see y'all in the chat. I'm hoping that I can see all the comments through the software that we are using, which is new. Okay, cool. I see your message, She. We are live on all platforms. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so with that said, guys, the first thing I want us to understand is one of the biggest mistakes that we make when we are planning our campaigns is not knowing or not setting a goal, right? Not knowing or not setting a specific goal. Okay. Now, when you're setting a goal, you want to set a SMART goal. We're talking about a goal that's strategic, right? We're talking about a goal that is measurable, that's attainable, that is reachable. Like, we literally want to make sure that our goal has deadlines. We want to make sure our goal has a number to it. We know exactly what we're trying to pinpoint and all these things. Okay. Now, in setting our goals, I have noticed that when I ask entrepreneurs, what is your goal for your campaign? Their goal is always tied to monetary, right? Their goal is always tied to, I want to make money. There's no defined number. There is no, I want to make $5,000 by the end of September by doing so and so. And so we don't really understand how to set a goal. And we don't understand that in business, when you are setting a goal, guys, it is not always meeting a monetary desire. It is not always just meeting your desire of how much you want to make. When you are setting a goal, right, you want to understand where your business is at. Where is your business in your sales funnel, right? If you don't know what a sales funnel look like, I kind of want to draw one up for you so you can understand. Like, I wish I have created something that is like a chart. I think I'm going to do that, create like a model that is always here that I can kind of hold it up and show you guys whenever I'm going through this, how that sales funnel look. Okay. Now, I don't even like the way I draw this because y'all may have some ideas of what this is. So I'm going to be doing it in a different way. Okay. Let me just redo this one. Okay. That looks better. But I want to come with a smutty mind, you know. All right. So with that said, we have right here a picture that looks like a funnel, right? That's like my best drawing of what a funnel will look like. Okay, so I hope you guys can see it's a funnel. Notice on the very top right here, it's open, and then as it gets down to the bottom, it's smaller, right? That is pretty much what the funnel would look like for you to decide on, what am I planning for? What's my goal in my business? Now, on this funnel, we can define the top as our cold audience. So this is pretty much people who don't know us, right? They don't know us. They've never heard about us before. It's open. We're posting on social media. This is where we're doing ads that has to do with pretty much just engaging with people, driving traffic, getting people to know that we exist, right? On the very top right here. So if you're actively engaging tonight, if you're actively listening, if you are trying to learn tonight, I want you to grab your notebooks and I want you to go ahead and draw something similar to this, and we're going to kind of get into it. Okay. Now, on the very top, you can write your cold audience. Okay. And these, again, they're cold because they don't know you. They're brand new. Some of you might on this call tonight, you're probably never seen me before. You just tapped in. What's up, Tisha? You just tapped into this live, first time joining in, and you're like, okay, I'm new here. I don't know this girl from nowhere, but Mrs. she pop up and I'm gonna jump on the live and maybe I'll learn something. Hey, Cher, right? And so with that said, you're my cold audience. You don't know me and I don't know you, right? But you're meeting me for the very first time. Hey, how are you? This is what we do here, right? So basically, you are my cold audience. You are trying to get to know me. Now, you have to understand where you are in your business. Some of us, we're just starting out. We don't have audiences that are down here, which pretty much are going to be our hot audience. These are the people who would have engaged with you before, who would have bought your products before, who would have joined your live a million times, signed up to your email. So we're just going to put hot, or you could draw a little heat down that side right there, right? Hot audience, fire, okay? These people know who we are. These are the people who are in my programs right now. These are the people who signed up to my email. They've bought from me before, right? Same for you. Now, in between, guys, this is pretty much the journey that people would take from being a cold audience to get into becoming a hot audience, because that is your goal. You want them to become your hot audience. Everybody wants hot audience. Hot audience are the people who really understand what we sell. They understand our business. They want what we have. These are the people we want. These are the buyers, right? These are the people who really take the action that we want them to take. These are the people who come back, right? Because the people who buy from you the very first time are most likely going to come back. These are the retention audience that we have, right? And so with that said, I want you to put on the bottom hot. Put hot on the bottom. Like literally, if you're here tonight, you should be learning, engaging. You want to draw this funnel right here. Like this is like marketing 101. Okay. If you're here and you know marketing, then you know this is like marketing 101. I'm breaking it down for you. I know it don't look too pretty. It don't look too pretty. But me just try to break it down. This was not a part of the plan, but I think it's easier for me to explain. Your goal, setting your goal is not always tied to just making money right up front. It could be, I just need to reach some cold people right now. I need audience, right? And if your business is here, just starting out on the top, you need to decide on what your goal is. Your goal could be simply to get awareness, to find an audience that is interested in whatever you do so you can serve them. And so now you are going to create messaging to reach them. You're going to create your ads to reach them. You're going to show up to reach them. You're going to create a funnel that is going to drive them into your customer journey here. Okay. Now, right off in the middle here, you'll start seeing that the number goes down. But let's say we break this up right here. So in here, we have people who we drive away from social media, right? Right here. So these are the people who show interest. Let's just put interested. As a matter of fact, just put interested. All right. Let's say these are the people who are interested in what we have. Now, understand that the funnel gets smaller every time. Why does it get smaller every time? It gets smaller because the people who see your post on the top right here, it doesn't mean that they are going to make it to the middle. It doesn't mean that every person that enters through your funnel on the top is going to follow through. Not every person is going to click. Not every person is going to put their email in. Not every person is going to, stop and like and comment and sign up and come to the session. Not every person will. So you can reach a wide wide audience, but now you're literally filtering your audience to get to the hot audience, which is your desired goal, usually, right? That's our desired goal. Now, let's go a little bit further, and let's say these are the people who really desire what we have, okay? So now we have, let's say if we have like 10,000 here, we may have 5,000 here, and then we may have 2,000 people here, okay? We're just breaking it down. Now, guys, if you're new, again, write this down. Get your notebook and take notes. It don't look too pretty. Me know, and I look too pretty because I'm just kind of showing you guys. Me know, I'm not write too nice, just so you know. I'm not write too nice. But anyways, we've got 2,000 people who literally desire what we have. So these are the people who say, I'm going to add this to my cart. Oh, this look nice. I want to add this to my cart. And so they start adding your products to the cart. Now, it doesn't mean that these people who put the item in the cart is going to do what? Is going to pay for it. It don't mean that, right? They put it in the cart. How many of us visit websites before? We go to the site, we add an item to the cart, and then we do what? We leave. We leave. And it could be for many reasons, right? Oh, I didn't really bargain for the taxes. Oh my God, we got to pay shipping for this. Oh my God, this is too much. Oh, lunchtime is up. I got to do this later. I didn't bring my purse with me. It could be for many reasons, right? I don't like the reviews. Literally, okay? And they leave it. Now, that also doesn't mean that they're not your audience. That just means at that point, you have 2,000 people that have really showed a desire, interest in your product or service, right? Now we get to the very bottom, and let's say we have the people who are literally buying from us, okay? So we got the buyers. So these are the people who buy from us. They now went to check out, they paid for their items, and they are very serious. They know that you know what you're talking about, and they are interested in your help. They want you to coach them. They want to use your product to solve their problem, right? So with that said, looking at this funnel that I just explained to you, when it comes on to the very first mistake that we make when we are planning campaigns is that we just want to get to the hot audience. I just want to make some money out here. I need to pay my light bill tomorrow. I need to pay this. I need to do this. I need to go on a trip. I need to do that. But that is not how you set your campaign goal. You have to know where you are. Where are you starting out? And understand this. Every business goes through this. Every business have an audience in every single level of this funnel. If you're brand new, you're on the top. If you're, maybe a couple months in, you move your audience through the funnel, then guess what? You now have people in every single area of the funnel. So what can you do? Decide on what your goal is. Your goal could simply mean I need to retarget the people who actually added products to my cart. So this month, the goal is to convert those people who are already on my email list. That could be your campaign. This month, the goal is to bring those people back to come and buy from me. So we're going to run a campaign that is focused on getting buyers who would have already spent $100 in our business, and we're going to bring them back. We're going to give them a discount based on their purchasing behavior, based on how much they usually spend and what they usually buy, and bring them back into the business. Your goal could be breaking up all of these areas, right? All of these areas, which means you're now segmenting your audience and trying to reach each of those areas. So the mistake we make, guys, is not really understanding that your goal is not always tied to your bills. Your goal is not tied to your bills. And that's one of the biggest mistakes we make, is we are tying our goals in our business to the bill that we have to pay. And we're not understanding that you have to know the funnel. You got to know where you are in the sales funnel, and you got to know which audience you want to target. You got to understand the goal for your business really begins with what the funnel looks like in your business. Okay. All right. So if that was good, if you understood that, thank you guys so much for joining. If you understood that, if that was clear enough, I need you to put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if that was good. Put a 1 in the chat. All right. I see 1 over here on TikTok. I don't know where the people's at on what's this, Instagram. I can't see comments on Facebook. But hey, listen, y'all sitting back. I hope you're taking notes at least. I hope you take notes. Okay, so I see the comments start coming in. Put a 1 in the chat if you were listening and you understand. Okay, I see the ones coming in. You understand that your goal is not tied, period. It is not tied to your bill that you got to pay tomorrow morning, to your bill that you got to pay in 30 days. That is a big mistake. Your goal is tied to what? Where you are in the sales funnel. Your desired goal should be tied to where you are in the sales funnel. Okay. Now, the other thing that I noticed when it comes on to goal setting, and I got my notes because I want to make sure I give you everything that I have prepared for you. Okay. When it comes on to goal setting, we make the mistake of measuring success as I made some money, right? Measuring success as I made some money. Now, everyone understand that success is different for every person. You are responsible to define what success looks like for you. So if you define what success looks like for you, and you understand that in this sales funnel that we just broke down, if you understand that we just went over, if you really get it, then you will know that my success looks like I literally brought in 10,000 people to my website this month. That's what? It could be I literally had more increase my views on social. That's success. It might look like that for you. You never had that before. It could mean that you literally had 1 sale. Oh my God, I got my first sale. That is success. But for some of us, success is I make some money this month. I made some money. That is not success. As a matter of fact, if you just made some money and you never tied that to any sort of progress, then it doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. Let's get into number 2. Shall we get into number 2? Number 2. We talk about this all the time. Master particular area in the process, that will be a success. Exactly, Team Clacken. I hope I pronounced that right, right? Now, number 2, guys, is not obsessing enough. We talked about this the other night in our life. Being obsessed with solving problem. And it means being obsessed with your audience. We don't take enough time to understand who we are serving. So I'm going to go back to this planner here that we have, right? One of the things that you have to do when you are setting up your campaign is know who you're targeting. Here's the thing that we do instead. Here's the mistake we make. The mistake we make is finding the product we want to sell first. Do you see where that can really affect your campaign? Because we don't know if people want the product. So we find the product and we say, I'm going to sell this pencil. And we don't even know if people care about this thing. We don't know who it's for. Maybe people care about it, but if you don't know who it's for, now we got a problem. When I ask people who is your audience, it's always tied to the basic or general women or men, or Black women or moms. Like, we literally don't get narrow in enough to really get into an audience. I've made this mistake before in previous years. I would try to focus on everyone, right? And so that's one of the mistakes that I know that I made. And I've made this mistake over and over until I come to realize that, Shanika, you cannot serve everyone, right? No problem, Ria. We cannot serve everyone, and everyone is not our customers. So when we do that, we have big problems because we're trying to serve everyone. Another thing that we do, because we're trying to serve everyone and because we're just trying to get that first sale, what I find that we often do is when we launch the business and we start the campaign, we will go good, we start good at everything, we start the campaign, and then our neighbor said, hey, I don't see anything on your shop for me. Oh, but I would have preferred if you sold this, or I was looking for this, but I didn't see it. So I couldn't find anything that's for me. Congratulations, but I ain't find nothing that's for me. See, the problem now is when we go and we start finding, right? We start finding things for the neighbor. We start adding things to the cart to the site for the neighbor who said, hey, congratulations, but I ain't seen nothing for me. Oh, no problem. Thank you so much. Maybe you could share it with somebody who is actually my audience. You don't have to go back and start adding things for the neighbor. We do that all the time. Then our friends said, oh, congratulations. And I didn't see, if you were selling dresses, I would have bought something because I was going to a wedding last week, and you don't know that is not what your business is about. I was going to a wedding, or I'm going to a wedding next month, and I'm looking for a wedding dress, but I didn't see it on the site. So you think you can put up some wedding dresses when you know your shop has everything to do with let me see if I can find something something that's very close. Okay, kids clothing. Your business started with the idea of serving moms who are struggling with finding, maternity products, just an example, right? But now your friend, your bestie said, I'm going to a wedding next week. So now you do what? You go find something that's for a wedding and you put it on your shop. And the funny part is that same friend, that same neighbor that you told, go put this on, you're going to put it on the shop, and you put it on the shop and they never come back and they never buy, regardless. Because we're trying to serve everyone, because our intentions are tied to the wrong thing. And we cannot seem to decide on what we want to offer and who we want to serve. So we just find products and give to anybody because we just want to get there. Now, that's a big mistake, guys. You need to figure out who your audience is first. Figure out who you want to serve first, which is why when people come in our program, we tell them, go watch Access Granted Live, please. Because I don't want people coming in and all they want to do is just come sell some products. Like, why? That's a waste of time. All you're going to do is start, and then here's what you're going to do. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it not sell. Oh, I'm going to start sell this, I'm going to start sell that, but it not sell. It not sell. You close the business. You quit. Because you did not take the time to understand audiences, understand how to find your audience, how to define your audience, how to align your business with your audience. Like, you did not take the time to do that. You just have an idea that says, I want to go sell some things and I just need to go on to Shopify and put some products up and sell it. That is not how this works, guys. That's a mistake. First mistake you make when you're planning your campaign is just saying, I'm going to sell these set of products. If you don't know who they are for, the best thing you can do is to obsess yourself with people. Get obsessed with the problems that people have. We talked about this the other night as well. And if you understand your audience, you will then find products for those people versus trying to find product first and then deciding that, oh, somebody out there must want this. I'm going to find anybody will want it. It's for women. Every woman want this. Every man want this. Every woman with a child want this. No. Team Clacker say, you know how much product I have in my house that I just don't have the passion to sell. That's another thing. I just want to sell some things, but you haven't aligned it with any personal goal either. Are you going to really want to stick this out in the long run? If it doesn't work, if you have to do the testing long enough, will you be willing to stick it out? If you have to, wait until your business gets to the through the awareness phase, are you going to even stick it out? You got no passion, you got no will, you got no desire to sell this business because one, you just wanted to sell something. So you just buy a bunch of things. You didn't know who it's for and you just didn't plan properly, right? So that is going to affect your targeting. If you try to buy products first, if you try to just pick a product to sell, if you don't know who your audience is, narrow in on their age, narrow in on their lifestyle. So not just that they are, women, man, age between this, but narrow in on how do they spend their daily life? Like, what do they do on a daily basis? Do they need to go to the gym, but they have no desire to do so, and they need some type of product that is going to help them to do this workout within a certain time frame, right? Like, think about it. If I know I need to take care of my health, and I know that I just don't have the time or the desire to go to the gym, how about, and why? Why exactly? Because I'm busy. I get up in the mornings, I go straight to work, I'm by my computer all day. But what if I can get a product that while I'm at the computer, I can still be walking on the treadmill doing what I'm doing? Now, you know exactly who you are serving. People who work from home, sit by the computer all day, or even in the office, but they sit by the computer all day. They're not standing. And so, yes, it affects their health. They're getting fat. They need to solve that problem. And now you got a product for them because they could sit there and rotate that bike while they're sitting. Now that's going to help. Or they could stand and walk on the treadmill while they are working. And so now they're getting their steps in, right? Like, literally, you got to think about the lifestyle of the person. But instead, what we would probably do outside of that, before even thinking, we're trying to sell them a product that requires them to take their full attention on from what really matters to them to focusing on doing the thing that they really don't have the time to do in the first place, right? I hope y'all caught that. Okay, right? So second mistake is not obsessing with your audience, focusing too much on the product versus your audience, right? So you need to find the audience, know your audience first, and then find the products that is for them. That's going to help you a lot. But understanding how to find your audience is another story. That's another thing that you all need to learn. Where are they hanging out? What do they do on a daily basis? What's their lifestyle like? Where do they live exactly? You know, all of that information you need to know. Okay. All right. Now, I hope you caught that. Number 3. Let's get into 3. Number 3. The third mistake that I find that we do when we are planning campaign. The third mistake we do is that we don't develop a strategy. We don't have a strategy in place to drive our traffic away from social media. Remember, guys, social media is a platform where people are hanging out. So that's where you will find your audience on any social platform or search engine platforms. You will find your audience there. Okay. When you know where your audience is hanging out, you'll find them there. But if you don't have a strategy in place that is going to drive them away from the platform, then you are going to be making a big mistake. You are literally going to waste your time because you have no strategy in place that is going to drive your audience away from the platform and putting them into a system, the funnel that you designed for them to go through so that they can take the actions that you want them to take so you can have them make the conversion that you are looking for, right? So let me explain this, okay? When you have a strategy in place, your strategy needs to have one, let's say, content, okay? Content that is going to deliver your messaging. Now, if you can narrow in on your message, if you can really understand what your messaging is all about, then you got something going for you. What is your message? What are you trying to tell them? Okay, for real. But they can close down page and all those followers are lost. Exactly. So this is where we have the strategy in place, right? Now, if we have a strategy in place where we deliver our message, we know what our messaging is. Now we have the content that's going to really back the message, deliver it, different content, not just one, guys, multiple content, okay, that is going to send the message to the audience and help them to understand the product and the service that we offer. Now, the next part of your strategy, which I find that most people don't have, is they do not have a landing page. They don't have a landing page as a part of their strategy. They don't know where people should go. People don't even know where they should go. One, you don't have a landing page, and two, you don't have a call to action. We just assume that people know what to do. So we just post something and say, you know what to do with that. You sure know what to do with this. If I put it out there, don't it look like I'm selling something? So you should just buy it. No, people don't know what you want them to do. You have to tell them what you want them to do. So you need a call to action. Is it go buy now? Is it sign up here? Is it learn more? Is it take this offer? Is it, what is your call to action? Tell people what to do and how to do it, right? But if we are just posting on social because we are told we need to post on social, right? We're told that every day you need to post, and if you don't post, you ain't in the game. Yes, we know that. We know the algorithm needs to be fed. We get it. But just feeding the algorithm with nonsense is not going to get you the goal that you want. It's not going to get you your desired results. So your focus should be on understanding that you need to tell people what to do. You need a call to action. You need a landing page to drive them to. But not just that. When people go to a landing page, them just going straight to a landing page, guys, is not it. You need to have a system that will get them into your funnel. Is there a pop-up on the page where they can leave their information just in case? Like I said, they just may had a desire, but it don't mean that they're ready to buy. So if you are able to capture their information, and for the coaches in the room, if you don't have a landing, if everything you tell people, DM me to do this, DM me and ask me the WhatsApp number or whatever so that you can connect with me, or send me an email at this. First of all, I don't know about you guys, but it's 2024. For me, I like convenience, and I think people do the same. They're not going to go pull up their email. Oh, let me see this email again. Let me write it down so I could go send the email to this person. Open up their email. Okay, I'm very interested in your, and then wait for it. Like, what is that? Send us an email if you are interested in coming to our webinar. What? I need to come and send you an email? I thought you want me to come to the webinar. Like, you should want me to come to the webinar so bad that it should be a click. Sign me up right away. 2 minutes. Put my information in, call it a day. You reach out to me. You better remind me too. Because if you don't remind me, like every day, maybe every other day, remind me when this session is about to happen, 5 minutes before the room open, 10 minutes after the room open, and what happened after the event ended, guess what? You lost me. I just saw your ad, but you just lost me at send me an email. And you just lost me at, I put my information in, but I did not get anything. Like, there is no sequence, there's no funnel, there's no customer journey. Like, you literally need to have these things in place. You said that's me. What's you? Asking people to send you an email? Oh, we got to fix that real quick, okay? Please make sure you are attending our session that's coming up, okay? On the 4th and the 5th. Not just the 4th. If this is you, you don't need to just show up on the 4th. You need to show up on the 4th and the 5th of January. Okay. I hope I have the dates right. T. Is it 4th and 5th? Okay. So the Lock In and Plan Your Rich Year campaign, guys, Lock In and Plan Your Rich Year is going to help you to understand all of these things. Okay. It's going to set you up. So if you are here and you're a coach, let me know in the comment if you have an entire landing page, sequence, funnel set up for you. Let me know if you have all that set up. If you have, Yeah, if you have a whole funnel set up, let me know. If you don't, you need to join. If you are here and you're selling physical products, digital or physical, but if you're here and you're selling physical products, or you intend to start a business where you're going to sell these things, and your goal is to tell people to send you a DM so that you can do the transaction through DM, or send you a WhatsApp so you can do the transaction through WhatsApp, you need to be day 4 and day 5. I mean, the 4th and the 5th, you need to be there. Okay. Yes, you need to be in the room. Lock in. Okay. Comment lock in on Instagram, on Facebook. You should get the link in your DM. As a matter of fact, if you could drop the link on all platforms, Steve, that would be awesome. Let's get into number 4. We did 3. And if you're here and listening, I want you to type it in the chat and let me know what you actually learned so far. Like, put it in the chat, what you learned so far. That if you're listening, by the way, because I'm hoping you're listening. Okay. I hope you're listening. Okay. So number 4. Ooh, I just wanted to put this one in. There's so many other ones, by the way, guys, but I wanted to put this in because I only have limited amount of time. So I said, I'm going to do 4 things, 4 mistakes, and this one has to be in there. Here's the 4th one, y'all. Quitting or switching too soon. That's a big mistake. When we are planning campaigns, you can't be, I got to quit, or I'm going to switch. This is not working, so let me switch to something else. Have you ever seen someone online that you are following and you admire the person so much that you just see potential in them, and you see them going somewhere, but you notice that every 3 months they got a whole different type of thing going on? Like, 3 months they're doing this, then the next 3 months they switch to something else, and another 3 months they're like, oh, we're no longer doing that, and we switch to something else. Like, literally. Let me know if you've ever seen someone, or maybe this is you just cannot stick to something long enough for you to actually make it work. You just can't. You plan a campaign. Okay, remember, when you are planning a campaign, I said planning, I'm not saying just running, I said planning. When you plan a rich campaign, guys, it needs to have a deadline. It needs to have a deadline. And the reason why we quit is, one, some of us don't set a deadline. So if it don't work tomorrow morning, and if you put one post out and nobody like it and nobody buy your stuff, first thing you do is, oh, this not work, let me switch something else. Oh, this product not set, let me switch something else. We literally don't have a deadline. So we don't say, for a whole month, from this day to that day, this is what we're doing. We are going to be working on our goal. See, goal needs a desired revenue. So my goal is to make $5,000 this month from September 1st, and then September 31st, 30 days of September. Okay, September 1st to September 30th, right? September 1st to September 30th is my specific date, okay? My specific goal really is to generate $5,000 by doing what? Let's go back to this. By making an offer to the people who showed interest. Now, we're talking about segmenting, right? People who showed interest in our product or service. That's how we're going to do it. That's what we want to do. We want to target the people who have shown interest, or we want to reach new people. We want to drive 10,000 people to the website. 10% of that, like, literally knowing your numbers is very important. So if we set a campaign, we plan to have a campaign, guys, set a date. If you are doing this from September 1st to September 30th, please, when the first week come and you notice nobody no buy, your plan should not be, forget this. Your plan should not be, this now work, scrap this. Your plan should not be, dash away this whole idea, throw it away. That is what I find that we do. It don't work week 1, we dash it away. It don't work week 2, we throw it away. However, what we don't do is understand that we need a pivot. That is what we should be doing. Pivoting. We should be doing things like looking at the data. What worked? What didn't work? Why did this work? Why did this didn't work? How can we make changes? What's up, Jordan? How can we make changes so that next time right? Next week. Let's look at the content and see what we did last week. Did this content make sense to the audience? Which one of them works best? How was I able to drive 3 people to the site away from social? What content worked best? How many views did I actually get, and which content actually got the most views? Now let's create more like this one, so that way we can start driving more people of interest. This is the one that actually worked. Forget about these other ones. We're not going to do no more content like this for this campaign. We're going to stick to this because it worked. Okay, this is the product. They like this. Or what questions did they have that we didn't answer? Maybe we need to show some reviews. Maybe we need to educate them on the product and let them see how it actually fits in their lifestyle, how they actually can make it work, how it actually work for them, how we can give them the solution to the problem. Identify the problem. Let's start talking to the problem. This week, let's just speak to the problem so that they know that we know that the problem they have is this. Now let's provide the solutions to their problem. Let's position these products and services as a solution. So now they can see that this is the solution. But instead, if we're just posting pictures, picture, here's a picture, buy this. That's what we do. We're not going to get anywhere. And so if that's what we're doing, and we plan the campaign and we say, this is the product we have to sell, and we're just going to go out there without knowing the audience and post it. And then week 1, nobody don't buy. And week 2, we just say it not work, so forget this. And then what we do is we just throw the whole campaign out and we didn't test it long enough. What if your audience need to see it long enough? What if period not come yet? What if they just haven't had the time to actually sit with it long enough? What if they forget? What if they just didn't see it yet? What if you just need to send an email and remind them? What if you have your abandoned carts in place? What if you have your sequences in place that will nurture the relationship, give them a discount towards the end? What if you invite them to come on your calendar so you can actually talk to them and see if you can understand why is it that this product is not reaching them? And now you are able to understand fully why your content is not reaching your audience by getting on the phone with the ones who actually took some action. What if, right? What if the data says you need to spend some more money? What if you did not do any ads? So organic is not going to do it, right? So you have to understand, guys, that all of these things they go together. Okay, all these things go together. So here's some things you want to do instead of quitting. Plan that campaign. I usually plan campaigns like 2 weeks in advance at the least. Now we plan like a whole year campaign, which you guys know is like our event. It takes up like a whole year. So we jump from virtual to in-person to virtual, like literally to replays, like a whole campaign, like throughout the year. This is what we're doing, right? But before, I used to start small. I had like, this week, this is what we're doing. But we know in advance what we're doing. Or we'll plan a campaign for 2 weeks at least. 2 weeks, okay? So it gives people time to understand, time to time to see, to learn about what you have to offer, right? Thank you, sister. Right? So here's what we're going to do instead of quitting or switching too quickly. We are going to pivot. We are going to analyze the data if you have. And even if you don't have a website that will give you the analytics, guys, you still have content, data on your social media. Mind you, you need to have the website. You need to be driving traffic to your site. Why? Because social media ain't loyal. Was there I think social media was down yesterday. I wasn't out here, but someone on my team was telling me that they were having trouble with posting out here on social And I was told that there was a post that social media was down or something. And I think LaShawn, I saw you said Chat GPT was down or something like that. Listen, this is why, guys, you need, and I always stress this, you need to be able to drive your traffic away from social. Stop getting obsessed with people liking and commenting your stuff. I would prefer you share. I don't care for likes and comments. If you share, perfect. I like the sharers because now you're helping me to reach more people. But we are obsessed, having a million likes and a million comments, and if we don't get it, we feel shame. Like, oh God, nobody don't see myself. Nobody don't like me. They don't like me. They ain't even seeing myself. Listen, look at the data. Look at the analytics. Look at the views, and then go figure out: did people go to your site? Did people click? Did they move away from social because that's where you need them? Did they leave their emails because that's what you need? Emails and phone numbers. That's your best asset in your business. I promise you, it's the best assets that you have. The most expensive asset you can have in your business is going to be the contact information for the people who you want to serve. Emails, phone numbers. Stop obsessing with likes and comments and make people go away from. That's your job. Move them away. The social platform wants you to keep them here, but your goal is to move them away from the platform. Okay. So instead of doing that, I'm going to need you to check your analytics instead of quitting. Now, the next thing you want to do, guys, is retargeting people who have already engaged. Remember, engagement doesn't mean that they like and comment. That's not the only form of engagement. The form of engagement is views, clicks, shares, right? Follow through, click throughs, right? People who go into the stories, and that's why stories is so good, because you will see your click through rate real quick in the stories, because somebody is going to click and go right through the story. Like, they literally, you keep their attention there. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you're retargeting those people instead of quitting because they didn't buy from you the first week. Retarget those people. Go and send an email. Go and post the content again. One post is not going to work. It's all about testing. So post the content again in the same format and in a different format. Okay, I posted it in picture. Now let me do it as a reel. Now let me put it in the story and put a sticker with the link. Now let me do a live and dissect this whole thing. The problem is they're overthinking. We're always overthinking things, and we're always trying to follow somebody else. We're always trying to copy and trying to keep up with the trend. I told my students yesterday in our Boss Life mentorship class, I said, don't overthink things. Don't overthink content. Show up is what's important. Showing up is really what you want to do. That is the goal, is to show up. The goal is to show up and feed this algorithm. Feed this algorithm. You want food? Okay, I'm here today. I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna post this topic in a live, in a story, in a reel. I'm gonna also put it as a carousel. Like, okay, we just broke down one topic, and we broke that whole thing into 5 different content, right? And put it into different placements. So it's not just showing up for 1 week, and if it don't work, it don't work. It just don't. No, 1 week, that was just 1 week. Come on, people, let's do it again. Let's go all the way through. If I plan a campaign for a whole month, we're gonna finish it. We're not gonna say, oh, forget that, it not work, just take that off. No, we're gonna finish the whole month, and in between we make adjustments. We look at the data, we take notes, we analyze things, we go back to the drawing board, and then we plan for the next one. And if it didn't work last year, it doesn't mean it won't work this year. So a great example, guys, is when I did the very first, like literally our first tour. Our very first tour. Y'all remember our first tour? Anybody here that came to Access Granted Live? The very first tour was not even called Access Granted Live. Our very first tour was called what? Let me see who's here that knows our very first tour. If you were there, put it in the comment. Put the name of the very first tour. You might win something, you never know. Put the name of our very first tour in the comment. Oh, not gonna take too long. No. Put it in the comment. What's the name of our very first tour, guys? Somebody out here must know the name of our first tour. Y'all ain't all new. Stop it. Stop it. It take you that long to type it. All right. Maybe I'll get to them. I'm gonna give it to y'all because Rhea, weren't you at the very first one? Like, who's here that was at the very first one? Success Digital Breakthrough the Entrepreneur. Oh, that's the old name of our business, Breakthrough the Entrepreneur. Oh, you've been here since those days. What? Success Digital. So it was Digital Success Conference. Digital Success Conference was the name of our very first tour. So here's a behind the scene of how we literally planned a campaign, and instead of throwing it out, we went right through with it, and then we made the change for the next one. Here's a big change we made. Okay. First of all, when we did our very first tour, it was not as successful as we wanted, but we had success. We measured success. Remember, we have to measure our success based on the things that we would have achieved and not just monetary. So it's not really about the money, right? It literally wasn't, right? Of course, we want to make money in our business, but that's not what we measured as our success only. We wanted awareness. It was about awareness. That was the goal for us to do the tour. We needed one, awareness, to find our audience and let them know that we exist and what we offer. Two, when we did the conference, it was huge. Like, it was a lot of work. A lot of content went into it. A lot of ads went into it. We did find our audience, but we did realize that one, some of the locations were just not it. The people that we targeted, some of them didn't have the mindset that we were looking for. Two, the name of the conference, Digital Success Conference, I loved it, but it did not speak to the audience as Access Granted did. So even the name change was actually one of the things that we did when we came back. If you notice, Access Granted was a name change, and we made it different. The price was different, the name was different, the audience was different, the targeting was different. Why? Because the first one, we really needed to find our audience and understand who they are. The second one, we had collected enough data from the very first one that now we kind of know who we're looking for. So it was easier. The other thing too that was changed was that we started, our messaging was more clear. Our messaging was clearer. It was clear that what we were doing at the Access Granted, it was clear that it was about drop shipping. It was about digital product, affiliate. It was clear that it was for Caribbean. It was very clear. The other thing that we pivoted was we were able to get success stories that we could share, reviews that we're able to share. When we did the conference last year, we didn't have that. We were brand new. So we didn't have people who, attended an event that can say, hey, I attended an event, or hey, I took this program, and based on attending the event, these were the results. And so you can trust that you can go to this event and you are going to spend your money's worth. Yes, you're going to definitely learn when you come to the session that's coming up. Make sure you're registered, not just for day one, but day two. Okay, do day two. And if you don't have the Rich Planner, make sure you do Rich Planner with the session when you sign up. All right. I was at the one in Barbados at the Courtyard by the Marriott. Yes. So you came to the very first one. And to be honest with you, when we did the very first one, when we went to Barbados, we literally had no registration. Like, we literally had like maybe 3 or so people had registered, but we were going through with this campaign. Some people would have said, listen, I am going to cancel this whole thing. Me, and even my husband would have said, hey, if you knew that there was this amount of people, you should have canceled this whole thing. Why? I'm very new to this. And I just need to show up, because what if people were watching and saying, let me see if she really gonna come. Let me see if she really gonna show up, because we've heard people say they coming and then they don't come. They just quit because. So I ain't gonna give up my money and then next thing I don't see nobody coming, right? What if the very few people that came in the room are the people who really are serious? See, the problem is we focus on filling a room and that is our success. Oh, I filled the whole room. It wasn't about that for me. How many people in the room were really serious? How many people invested in themselves? How many people was I able to impact after the room was filled? Right? That's the goal. So for us, you got to measure your success, but you cannot just switch and quit real quick. Now, this year, when we did the conference, again, we had the data, we had the reviews, we had information for us, both for us and for the people who we wanted to serve. So it made a whole lot more sense when we did this year. And we didn't have no problem. We didn't even last year when we did the timing was wrong. Understanding that people in the Caribbean, when it comes on to the Sabbath, them take them Sabbath very seriously. Who you gonna put an event on their Sabbath? Like, girl, ain't nobody coming. Like, literally, those were some of the things we had to factor in. Okay, so we know that when we go to Barbados, we can have this amount of people will come because it's this day. Or if we put it on this time, because when we did Barbados the last time, we did it in the week. How dare me put an event in the middle of the week? That was so tough. So that was what we had to get on the phone with people and say, hey, why did you not register to come? You filled out the form, but you didn't register to come. And understanding from them, hearing from them saying, hey, you put it on a day when I'm at work. We all at work. Like, we can't come. Like, we can't take the day off to come, and not everybody can do that. So what we had to do in order to get people there who really wanted the information, last minute, we had to tell the hotel, hey, we need the room for the whole day, not just what we paid for in the morning, but can we split the day because we're having trouble getting people here? And they were able to work that out for us. They said, okay, great. You can have the morning and you can have an evening session. We'll work it out for you. No problem. And that is how we were able to get people to come in the evening and in the morning. And it was more work for me and my team, but we did what we had to do. And so the next time when we did the conference, there was no way we were going to put this event in the middle of the week. No way. That wouldn't have been in the data. That would have not have been something we would have found out without doing it or getting on the phone with people and asking them. So this year, when we put it on a Saturday, and we also had put out some polls when we did the early bird, we let people know, hey, we want to know what day would work better for you. We want to know what time, what month would work better for you. Right? I ended up in Antigua in the middle of a storm, y'all. Like, my whole thing had to be canceled because of that. Like, those are some of the things that we learned. And sometimes, yes, we could have done a lot more deep research and all that. But at the end of the day, you got to learn. Some things you're going to learn by just doing them. And when you learn, it's not about quitting because it didn't work. It's about looking at what you can do to make it better the next time. So yes, last year was not what we wanted, but this year was better because of the fact that we pivoted from the name to the days to the audience targeting to the messaging to really even the delivery of the information, and not having it as a conference, but more having it as a training session. Like, we had a whole conference where there were so many people. We had speakers and it was great. Like, our lineup was amazing, but that was not the best decision for our goal. The decision we made last year was not the best decision for our goal. We needed to educate the people because that's what they want. They didn't care about all that. They really want the information, and we weren't able to deliver as well as we wanted to because of how we wanted to do it, and we did it the wrong way, right? Okay, so enough on that. Here are some of the things you do. Pivot, analyze your data, retargeting, segmenting. Okay, numbers, calculating your numbers. So that's like a bonus for you guys. Just knowing your numbers, understanding your conversion rate, understanding your profit calculator. If you don't know how much you're going to spend on product, and this is even for like having what you call it, like even from pricing, that's a big problem for most of us. Like, we don't even price. Some people are not pricing their products right because you don't follow our format. That's going to affect everything when it comes onto your planning. Like, even if you don't have the price right, you're going to still lose money anyway. So you also have to know your numbers. How much does it cost you for this product? And the beauty with drop shipping, print on demand, digital products, when it comes on to pricing for profit, is that you don't have to factor in that you have to purchase the product in bulk, because you sell the product before you even buy the product. So the focus is really understanding your profit margin, right? Calculating that, because you don't have to put the money up front for anything except for marketing, right? The Jamaican session was good. I enjoyed being there. Awesome. What is your real name? Because I remember some names, you know. So which one did you come to? Was it the second one, the access granted, or the first one last year? All right, awesome. So when it comes on to factoring things, I just want to give you some things that you need to factor in. I just spoke about 4 things that you really should avoid doing. Okay. So one, you need to set your goal. So avoid not knowing your goal. Like, please, that's a big mistake if you don't know your goal when you're planning your campaign. And remember, if you attend the Lock In and Plan Your Rich Year session, we're going to be planning all of this. Okay. Not what did I say? Not obsessing with your audience. We spoke about that. We spoke about developing a strategy to drive traffic away from social media and knowing your call to action and planning your content right and having your messaging clear. Quitting or switching too quick. Avoid doing that. Do the whole thing. Plan the campaign with specific dates and deadlines and the goal in mind, and go all the way through to the end and analyze the data and pivot instead. Okay. Retarget, do some segmenting instead of just quitting too quick. Okay. So here are some things you need to factor in. Make sure you're factoring some money. Like literally when you're planning campaign, guys, you're going to need some moolah. Okay. Please make sure you have some money, because you need to run ads. We're not out here doing campaigns organically because it's not going to get us the results we're looking for. And even that, there is a calculator as well. There's a formula for you to calculate, like, how much do you know estimately need for a campaign, or what I should do. And if you're in our program, that's why we kind of package our marketing budget for you, so that way, because we know that when it comes down to marketing and making certain goals setting, it can be very expensive with ads. So the fact that we actually put together packages that can help you, especially on a budget, that is really good. Okay. Now I want you guys to make sure you are locked in, because when you come to the session, we're going to make sure that we go through these things with you. All right. Now, the other thing you want to factor in, guys, please factor in a plan B. Like, how we going to pivot? What if this? What if that? Yeah. Factor that in. Factor in some faith while you at it. Factor in some belief in your product while we at it. Like, literally, I don't know what y'all think I was giving y'all for factoring in things, but I want you to factor in some faith in yourself, some belief in yourself, some faith in God, and some faith in your business. Factor that in, because if you don't have belief in yourself, how you going to deliver this product and service? How you going to sell this thing? How you going to show up? You don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe in your product. Then how you going to get people to believe in it? Factor that in, please. Okay. I also want you guys to factor in some your SWOT, understanding your SWOT. Like, when you are doing your campaign, you need to have a SWOT analysis. Like, know your strength. What am I good at? Maybe I'm just really good at creating products, and I'm just gonna focus on that and let somebody else do the rest. Maybe I'm really, if I can create great products, then I need to make sure that you amplify that. Well, amplified, you just have me using your name, right? Make sure that you elevate what you actually are good at. What are you weak at? Factor that in. If you are weak at something and certain areas in your business, then what do? How can you make this a strength of yours, or how can you make your strength over power your weakness, right? So that way you are really tapping into your strength more, and your weakness is not affecting, right? And it's probably It could be that you're not good at creating the content. And so now you know that you're going to need to have somebody create a content for you. You're going to need to find some avenues. You're going to need some influencers. You may need to give away a couple of products so they can create some content for you. You may need to ask some friends to do it for you, some family and whoever you need to do to create the content for you. You may need to get those reviews because that's your weakness. You ain't got no reviews. You may need to go back and reach out to people and say, hey, you took my program or you got on the call with me. How was it? Can you write a review about it? And while I'm at it, if you're here and you came to our session, or please give me a review. Y'all, even on this live, y'all came to this live. Can you imagine what it's like when you are actually in our program? Like literally. Okay. So I need you guys to think about what your weakness is and try to figure out how you can even use your strength to make that weakness, to overcome that weakness, or what you need to put in place in order to overcome the weakness. Look for opportunities. What are some of the opportunities that you have? Some opportunities you may have is it could probably be the fact that you have capital. You have access to capital. That's an opportunity. Some opportunity could mean you have people you could collaborate with. That's some opportunities, right? And so many other things that you are overlooking. You're not really thinking of them as ways you can help to leverage, those opportunities to grow your business, right? And what are some of the threats? Y'all, look at those competitors. Ooh, sometimes we ourselves are threats. We ourselves are the threats. The fact that we procrastinate, the fact that we literally don't get up and do this thing like we should, the fact that we're not consistent, the fact that we don't invest in ourselves to put ourselves in rooms that we need to be, that's a threat to our business. That's a threat to our future, a threat to our legacy, a threat to our purpose, that we don't show up in rooms that we should be in because we don't want to spend $1. We don't want to spend $25 to go watch the Access Granted Live so you can learn how you can actually launch a business online the right way from the Caribbean. That's a threat. Literally, y'all. Go get into the class. It's $25 to get access to the training for over 2 hours. First of all, I saw somebody comment on my post. I don't know if they're here, but I saw somebody comment on my post. It was like, I woke up and saw this comment. And a person said that they came to my, just the first time I'm ever hearing this, by the way. She said, I came to your training and I didn't learn anything about how to sell your program. I'm like, which training? I went straight to the DM. And I said, I saw that you left a comment on my page. Thank you so much for your feedback. And that's good. I'm okay getting feedback. I don't mind getting feedback. But if I'm out here giving you guys nuggets like this, how I'm going to have you come to a class and not give you more nuggets? I'm always over delivering. That's what I know for a fact. Like literally our very first session was tour was over delivering. It was too much information. We even had speakers on there and all that. The second one still was a lot of information. Anybody here that agree with me? Like literally, I don't hold information. If you show up where you need to show up, when I have webinars, show up, you're going to get information. When I have training, show up. When I have classes, pay for it and you'll get the information you need. But you, of course, you're going to get an offer. And it just shows where your mindset is at. It really shows where the mindset is at. Like the last thing you caught is the offer, which is at the end. But because your mindset is, I don't want to pay no money or I don't want to invest to get to the next level, that's what you hold to. Sometimes people say sometimes the last thing you actually retain, the information you retain, the last thing is really what you remember. This is for people who have limited mindset. Like literally, to be honest with you, that means you came, you bought the session, and you either skipped all the way to the end where you saw the opportunity where you can decide to get to the next level, or you didn't listen anything because your mindset is where at the end you just thought you could get the information for free. Like, let me just get into this session for whole thing for free. No, because in the beginning for 2.5 hours, the whole time you're supposed to be taking notes. There's a lot of information that you get for 2.5 hours. So if you're going to comment, and then when I message you to say, what is your feedback? I need to know what training you signed up for so I can go and check it out because I've always over delivered. So what is the training you signed up for? And the person read the message like 3 times. every time I send a message, they ain't answer. And I really message back to say, I noticed you read the message, but you have not replied to any of the messages. Like, that's how you know people just like, what is it's either your mindset or you just out here trying to get attention. I'm just saying, y'all. Sometimes our threats are those people who just don't want to see you win. And you have to really have the strength and the will to say, you know what? Screw all them people. I do not care. Like, you have to get to a point in your business where you're confident enough in what you do and who you are. And it's a struggle every day for entrepreneurs. I'm just going to be honest. Like, this is not even a part of this session, but I'm going to just close out by saying this. Okay. You got to get to a point in your business where you know that some of the threats that you have, or even the family members or the people that you go around every day, the best friends you have, or the people just don't want to see you win, or the people who have just limited mindset. And to be honest, there was a time way back in the days when I really didn't get to this point where my mindset was at a level where I really felt like I was a people pleaser. That was one. I was a person who, I cared so much about what people say that, it would hurt me. That whenever I put something out on social, I can't sleep because I want to see it. Did somebody get offended to this? Did somebody put something that I'm going to be afraid? Oh, you could sit there. That's going to be there for 3 hours. I do not care. Listen. You got to get to a point in your life and in your business where you know that people are threats. Your competition, they're threats. People who just watch you and see you every day thriving and growing and don't want to see you grow to another level. They just hate to see that the success they want, you're having it. They just hate to see that what they're afraid of doing, you're doing it. That's threats. And you got to know how to handle those threats. Okay, real talk, or am I like venting right now? I think that's real talk. Okay, so Tamia Smile says, yup. No, for real. Totally agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. People them on Instagram, them don't believe me. Them not really, them think me don't know. But not say nothing. But anyways, I'm just saying, guys, factor in these things. Factor in faith, factor in some money, factor in some time. Please spend some time in your business, y'all. Like, I see too many people start business and think it's just gonna be a bed of roses. Like, come on. Factor in these things, the fact that you need to spend some time. And sometimes it's the fact that you just have this employee mindset. You're used to being told what to do versus doing what you need to do for yourself. And some of us are at that level where we're trying to get out of this program that we've been programmed into, getting up and going to our 9 to 5 and coming home. We drain by the time we get home. That's because you program your body that way. We just program that way. We program to go to work and come home. By the time we come home, we're just programmed to do certain things and then go to bed. Now, if you reprogram your body, you can handle it. Like, I literally went to bed at 4 a.m. this morning. That's some of the things entrepreneurs out here don't talk about. 4 a.m. this morning. And guess what time I went to bed the night before? 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I went to bed. And guess what time I got to get up before 7 o'clock because I got a son to go to school. Yes. These are some of the things we don't be talking about out here. But the things we talk about are the things that we know we enjoy. I enjoy the fact that even though I went to bed 4 a.m. 2 nights in a row, I feel like getting on a plane, go somewhere. I feel like doing whatever. I'm going to do it, and I can do it. I feel like taking a vacation whenever time I could do it. I feel like I don't want to do nothing today. I could do it. Right? I have the freedom. And that matters to me the most. But yes, I got to do the work. And there are times when I have to do the work. Like, we are our own threats sometimes. We just don't want to get out of this employee mindset. We just always want to be told what to do. We thrive off being motivated by other people. We got to learn to motivate ourselves. We got to learn to not just be thriving off motivation, but we got to start thriving off dedication, being committed, being dedicated, and knowing why we're doing what we're doing so we can dedicate ourselves to it. And if we dedicate ourselves to it, we'll make it work because we know that this is the purpose that we set out to and for, right? So, with that said, I hope tonight was great for you guys. Now, here's the thing. Next week, I actually had planned to come live next week, Tuesday. Before I even get into that, there's a new program that we just launched and put together. We talked about this on Tuesday this week for you guys. So if you are interested in launching your business online from the Caribbean, doing drop shipping, print on demand, all of it. If you're having trouble with the payment gateway situation, we have a platform that we fully developed and designed for it. We are actually, we just launched it. That's going to go out tonight. So if you're on our email list and if you have joined our community, we have a sell now and brand later program that we brought out. Why? Because we want you to experience it first. So if you don't want to make the commitment or long-term commitment, right? You can try out the program if you want to try out. Yes, you lose some of the benefits that everybody else have. And so this is for new people. This is not for people who are already in the program. This is for new, if you're new coming in. We have a program that allows you to start at $97 down. Yep, $97. And you got 3 months to try out the platform for $50 a month. However, you have less products you got to sell. You can't do much customization. You can choose the products you want to sell. You can choose the products you want to bring in to the platform to sell. So the link for that is going to go out tonight in emails. If you're doing digital products as well, we do have that for you. We designed a program for you where you could sell now and brand later. And after 3 months, you decide whether or not you want to continue in the program. So this is going to give a lot more people an opportunity to try out our brand out the box program, which you guys have seen and heard some amazing reviews about. That is what we're doing for you, especially this holiday season. If you're ready to get into your business for January and you want to try it out, give it a shot, go right ahead and sign up for our email list or join our community, because that email goes out tonight to those who are on that list, who are in our emails, on our email, and also in our community will first have access to it when it drops tonight. Yup, tonight. Tomorrow we will definitely start promoting it. So you can wait, that's fine, but it's first dibs. So it's a limited offer. A limited amount of people will get access to it. So if you do want access to it, join our free community, which is not on social, by the way. We drive people away from the platform so we can reach them when we need to, right? So we do have our community, which is hosted on Kajabi. If you are interested, guys, the link is in our bio. All links in our bio that goes to the link tree that gives you all the information that you need, even if you're on TikTok or if you're on YouTube, okay? All right. So with that said, next week, I'm supposed to be coming live again twice next week. I did plan to come live and talk to you guys. However, I kind of made some changes because I feel like I need to get up out of here. This place is cold. And yeah, I need to get up out of here a little bit, some more. So I'm not going to be available on Tuesday as I planned. So we are going to have the session on Thursday. So on Thursday, we will deliver everything I plan to give you guys on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. So don't expect that live on Tuesday, but you can expect a live by Thursday night. Where I can share the information that I have for you. All right. If this was a blessing, guys, go ahead and share this out, tag somebody, let them know, make sure they join us next week. And make sure you are locked into day one. It's completely free. Day one is free, and are locked in and planned your Rich Year workshop that's coming up January 4th and 5th. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for joining. Bye-bye.